I transitioned to adulthood early because I was a teen mom. So I had to, I had a child I had to take care of. And so that's why I was out there working with my mama, because I had a child I had to take care of.
This is a journey.
Let me take you on a journey.
Welcome to Her Journey, presented by Kazukian Media Group.
We believe Her Journey will encourage young women and help them see that life is a journey.
You have to continue to walk in your purpose.
We cannot control how other people respond to us.
As long as you have breath in your body, story does not end. Every day that God grants you, you have an opportunity to rewrite your story.
We believe Her Journey will encourage young women and help them see that life is a journey. Watch Her Journey, hosted by me, Joy Doss, brought to you by the Kazukian Media Group and proudly sponsored by Nike, Black Community Commitment.
Welcome to Her Journey. I'm your host, Joy Doss, and I will be in conversation with some of the most phenomenal, successful women right here in our own backyard in Memphis, Tennessee. This show is our contribution to the solution. We're showing young women what and who they can be, as well as the many looks and paths to success. So join me as we show the ladies a little bit of love on Her Journey, presented by Kazukian Media Group. Today's phenomenal woman is my friend, lovely Linda. That would be Linda McNeil. Lovely Linda, welcome to the show.
Well, thank you, Joy. I am honored to be here.
I am honored to have you, my friend. You know you're one of my favorite people. I tell you that all the time.
You do.
Linda's a tough gal, and I love that. I love that. She's been in fundraising for 25 years as a chief fundraising officer, and now she's a fundraising consultant for Gaskell Strategies. So you have to kind of be a tough gal to raise money, right?
Guess so. You have to have some tough skin for sure.
That is for sure. But you know, one of my favorite things about you, Linda, is that there's no guesswork. There's no guesswork. You are very direct, straightforward. There's no guesswork about how you feel. So I do love that about you. And I think that's a skill you probably have to take with you as well. What do you?
Yeah, I mean, I guess so.
In your line of business.
In my line of business, I guess you would have to, because you want people to kind of know what you're coming to them for, and helping them making sure that they know that you're for real, you're genuine.
Yeah.
So no guesswork. I'm here to ask you for your money. You're gonna make a difference with that money.
Yes.
So let's do it.
Yes, it's not my jam. So I really think it takes a lot of strength to be able to just shake people down and ask people for money. Because I mean, probably just me, because it's just not my jam. But 25 years in this business, and then you kind of meandered through some different companies here, but all of them like huge companies. Lemoyne,
Bridges.
When I first met you, I believe it was Bridges. Maybe MIFA.
Soulsville.
Soulsville. Mm-hmm. And now Gaskell. Like, tell us about that path. How did that work for you? And where did you start? I know the origin stories.
Yes. So I started at Lemoyne,
Mm-hmm.
of course, had no idea that fundraising was even a profession. Who has a profession going to ask
people? You were in Michigan, yes?
Oh, yes. Well, I was in Michigan working at Chrysler. So I was in the purchasing department at Chrysler.
Mm-hmm.
That was an interesting, cool job. It was really just selling parts and, helping buying parts, finding the right parts for the Chrysler vehicles that we were building. So that was interesting. It was fun.
And then the move?
Then we moved back here, and I worked at MLGNW a little stint. That was interesting.
I'm sure.
That was interesting. And then an opportunity opened for me at Lemoyne in the Alumni Affairs office. And I got there and I was like, I cannot believe that people do this every day, ask people for money.
And that's where the pivot occurred?
That's where the pivot. I had no idea that this was a profession. And it has been an amazing profession for me, 25 plus years, making a difference in this community, because all the organizations you just named, I mean, they are making a difference in this community and impacting people's lives in an extraordinary way. So
in addition to the impact on the community, what's amazing about it? What do you love about fundraising? And development?
It's, people, we talk about asking people for money, but it's all about relationships. It's connecting the right people to the right mission and asking them to support it and help things go. So I like the relationship building part of it. I like the analytical piece of it. I like, just all the trends and stuff. They're changing all the time, but looking at the trends and, how people giving today. Like when I first started, it was basically a majority of it was mail. There was no giving online, really. I mean, people were just building websites. So
I don't know any Black women in development. Do you?
There are, yeah. When I first started, there were very few.
Yeah.
I mean, I had Beverly Robertson.
That's the
Ruby
one,
Bright. I mean, it was Beverly Robertson, Ruby Bright, Estella Greer, and Cassandra West. I mean, they were all leading organizations, not necessarily the development person. But of course, if you're leading a nonprofit, you're asking for money. But they were all leading, and they've always been great to me when I reached out. But I mean, they were running organizations; they didn't have time. So, I mean, my mentors were people who I met in the Association of Fundraising Professionals. They were people who didn't look like me, but they were all, happy to help. But when I first started, there weren't as many, but there are certainly more people in development, people of color in development now than when I first started.
And talk a little bit more about what that means, development and fundraising, for people that aren't really familiar with it. Like what, aside from raising money, building relationships, what else is it?
It's really working to raise the money to support the mission of the organization, but it's strategy building, it's planning, it's relationship building, it's strategy building, it's asking, it's planning, and it's managing data. It's a lot of managing data.
Did young Linda see herself in this space?
No way. I mean, even when I first found out, I was like, this is a cool little gig for a little bit, and I'll figure out. And I honestly thought I'd be running some company or something. Initially, I wanted to be a nurse. That was not it for me because I can't do the blood stuff. But
I mean,
the liquids period.
Yeah.
The liquids period. But no, I thought I'd be running a company somewhere, work at least. Like I said, I started at Chrysler, so I thought that I'd be working in a Fortune 500 company.
Well, I think this space needs a you. So I always say things are as they should be.
Right.
We're going to go to break in just a second, so I have a couple more questions. How are you different from the person you thought you were going to be?
Good question. I think I am more caring because I've been in corporate America. I think I probably would have. I mean, I am a caring person, but I think I would have had to be a little cutthroat to succeed. I think.
Sure.
I think I'm more measured in how I approach things. And I don't know, because I think I would have been a hard worker because I'm all about meeting those goals and achieving those goals. I mean, the goals kind of keep me moving. So I think, definitely I would have.
Hence, lady with a plan.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I think who I am is who I am. I think I just may have operated just a little bit different in corporate America than in a nonprofit space.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I have a question for you to ponder while we go to break.
Okay.
You don't have to answer now, just think about it. But when did you know that your journey as a Black woman was going to be different than everybody else's? Questions that need answers. We'll be right back with more Her Journey presented by Kazuki and Media Group. Stay tuned.